All right, here we go. It is June 6th. This is our Crystal Executive call, and I am extremely jet lagged. I traveled since yesterday morning, Hawaii time, all day, all night. I landed in Ohio at 6:30 this morning and have been working ever since. So this is me unshowered, yesterday's clothes. This is our Top Achiever shirt. And you gotta love, what's a good saying? It is what it is, I guess, is a good thing to say. So I'm going to give you what I've got today. And Sue and I were chatting. One of the things that we loved about the Top Achiever trip is that they did a leader panel, kind of like what they do for us at conferences. So when we go to Celebration, New Year's Kickoff, any of our conferences, they usually do a leader panel. And that's usually one of my favorite pieces of the training because I love hearing what the top people are doing. I'm coachable. I want to learn, what are they doing? What can I copy? What can I emulate to save me from trying to do it the hard way and learning mistakes the hard way? What are they doing that's working, and how can I emulate them? And there was a great panel that Kathy Coover did, and Jay Bennett was on it, among three other great amazing leaders. And Jay is in our upline, and he does offer really great sound advice. He's very duplicatable. He keeps things very simple for us. And one of the things he was saying, he had a huge, tremendous increase in cycles. And he attributed it to this thing he learned from Angela Maresca, who's my good friend from New York. And they did this 5-cycle bonus challenge. And our team is going to be coming up with something. We just talked about it on our mastermind call. We're going to talk about it this week, plan it, and roll it out for next week, trying to encourage our team members to go for this 5-cycle bonus, having you guys look at people in your organization who are cycling maybe 2 and 3 times a week and really work with them to get them to the 5-cycle bonus next week. So this is something we'll be rolling out, so watch for that. But one of the things he said when Kathy was asking him, well, how did you jump, I don't know if it was 120 cycles in a week, something absolutely crazy. And he shared about this 5-cycle bonus. But one of the things he said, I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but he said, you really need to be honest with yourself. And so what he was saying was, are you 100% committed? Because if you're 99% committed, it's not going to work. If you're shooting for whatever goal it is, in our case, Crystal Executive, we're shooting for Crystal Executive, you can't be 99%. You need to be 100% committed. And I hear that all the time. I know this is true. I know for me, I have weeks where I'm 100% committed and then maybe weeks where I'm not so. When I went through all the questions, I saw Sue had posted, where do you guys need help? So many of those questions that came from, not necessarily the people on this call, but you guys going for this Crystal Executive, so many of your issues are based around staying consistent and that commitment level, the commitment level waivers. And so I want to chat with you guys, why do you think that is? Can anyone tell me, why do you feel like some weeks you might be 100% committed and other weeks not so? And how do you think we can get it to be more consistent?
I think I can speak to that, Cindy.
Yeah, please.
For me personally, I have to learn to let stuff roll off my back, because I think that, and I feel like I've come so far with that, but there are times when, what people you expect who are going to promote don't, and people who come in and say they're committed then aren't, and you have to learn to just bless and release and take those and move on. And I feel like I'm good about that maybe like 70% of the time, but then there's times when it's family and it's stuff, and then you get one of those people thrown in and you're like, well, for Pete's sake, you get frustrated. So I think that's at least that's what it is for me. It's like trying to learn how to get over those humps better and then consistently.
Yep. Anyone else? Or are you guys pretty similar with Kristen?
Yeah, I can relate to that definitely. And the other part too, I feel like I have a regular, I have my job, and this has been awesome additional income. But if I'm going to flip, I have to change my mindset. So I think I get a little comfortable sometimes just remembering, like, hey, I just had 2 Christmas packs got my vitamins, but no, I need to build consultants. I need to do more of that kind of stuff. So I think it's more of a commitment. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else?
I guess the only thing I would add, and Cindy can attest to this too, being around for a little bit longer and being able to look back in hindsight, the consistency will pay off long term too. So like I have people coming around. Yeah, now my enrollment slowed down because I was laser focused on enroll. I mean, that's really the only thing to do when you first start, right?
Right.
And you know, it's hard not to be content manager, but am doing a lot of trainings with my team to help them grow consultants, you know, as well. So, you know, that will change a little bit, but I still, you know, want to be enrolling consistently. But people are coming to me now that I've been friends with the whole time, and I'm on year 2. It's because it was consistent that they get, I'm still here, I'm still doing it. It's successful. I'm successful. And they're still just coming in for product, but they need to see you and all of us as a reliable health coach. I think honestly, the biggest reason they will come to you and do Isagenix is because of you, not because they don't know anything about, you know, Chris Harder kind of spoke to this again. And I know we all get hung up on wanting to, and I was the same way when I started. I got to show why our product is the best, right? Even though it is. But it was like, why Isagenix, why this? And I think that's okay sometimes, but I think sometimes we just get a little too hung up on all the details instead of being a person that they want to work with and that they feel will help reach them to their goals and inspires them.
Right.
You consistently keep doing that, they will gravitate to you for that reason and take a look at Isagenix more than us trying to convince them constantly.
Exactly. And you'll hear top leader after top leader, you know, everybody wants to know, what's the secret sauce? What can you give me that's going to, you know, get me to be a millionaire, to get me to top achievers? And they're looking for this little secret sauce. And most everyone says consistency, staying consistent. And I know it's harder for people that have full-time jobs. So I know there's a couple of you guys on here. It's hard to try to squeeze it all in. So it's really figuring out where you have room in the schedule that's going to work for you and being consistent with that. You may not have the amount of hours to put into it that I do because I'm full-time. That's fine, but be consistent with the hours that you have. And, you know, always come back to the why. And that's my biggest thing I want to share for today is your consistent behavior is incredibly important and you're 100% being committed. But it's your why that is going to make you go into action to get these things done. So I know I have definitely, at ICU in Chicago, they talked about this, and they kind of talked about it again at Top Achievers, how we can tend to slip into manager role. So like what Lori was just saying, in the beginning, it was all about enrolling. That first year, I did 10 a month at least every single month. Free vitamins for Scott and I every month for a year. That's a lot of enrolling. Well, then I started to get people building the business. So my second year, my enrolling slowed down. I was probably getting 1 box of vitamins a month, but I was working more with my leaders. So now I'm in year 4. My enrolling has gone way down and I'm spending the majority of my time with my leaders. I know when looking at this now and kind of coming through these Chicago ICU and Top Achievers, I need to get that enrolling back up again because I don't need to necessarily enroll at the rate I did in the beginning, but I always need to be enrolling. I don't want to slip so much into management mode that I'm not doing the enrolling myself. So I have to be honest with myself and I have to do a check. I have to do a, you know, honesty with self check. How committed am I? I need to be 100% committed to enrolling also and not just to my leaders. So for me, it's coming back to your why. Why are you doing this? For me, my husband is dealing with extreme anxiety right now over his dad. His dad is dying of terminal cancer. And that I am making a good income is really great. But what's way greater than that, and I'm going to be talking more and more about this when I can do it without crying, is that my job is giving him freedom so that he can be with his dad. He is able to go to every doctor's appointment, take him to chemo. He is not stressed out about losing a job over it. He is only working 3 days a week now. So because of my income, because of my job, I'm freeing him up so he can do what he needs to be doing with his family. To me, that's priceless. And that's the vision. Like, we want everyone to have, the vision that this can be so much more than just getting products paid for. So we need to keep bringing everyone back to their why. Your why doesn't need to be the same as mine. They're always going to be different. My other passionate why, besides freeing up my husband and retiring him, is my kids. I paid college loans for a long, long time. My husband was paying on them until he was 30 years old. And I don't want my kids to do that. I want my kids to choose whatever college they want to go to and not be burdened with the stress of paying off college for 10, 20 years. So that's my other burning why. So keep going back to your why. So does anyone want to share, just shout out your whys. Why do you want to hit executive? Give me some whys.
Well, I can tell you, I'm executive, but I want to stay executive. My why is like you. I don't want to cry either. I really would love my husband to not have so hard, because he has literally worked his life away the last 15 years. And if I don't do something, he's going to have to for another 15. So him is like my number one why.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's a why that's going to make you want to go into action.
It should make you cry.
Yeah.
So. And they always say your why should be so strong it should make you cry.
Yeah. And your why changes. In the beginning, my why, I couldn't even fathom making enough money to replace my husband's income. I couldn't even fathom that. So in the beginning, my whys were just, I had little children. I wanted to be able to buy a play set for them, a wooden play set that cost $2,000 that, I was a stay-at-home mom. I couldn't do that. I wanted to buy a trampoline for them. I wanted to redecorate their bedrooms and not have to worry about it, just be able to afford it. Now it's big. Now I want my husband to walk away from we got home this morning and he came home and was working with me in the office, and he's like, I got to shower and go to work for a little bit because he's taking his dad to appointments this week, so he needs to make an appearance. And I said, you really don't. You really don't. You can tell him right now you're done. He warned him last April. So that freedom, it's just amazing. So what else? Give me some more.
Cindy, mine is kind of the same. My husband works really hard. He's the major breadwinner. I stopped working when I had my third child, and he worked in the new construction remodeling industry. So when the economy changed, our lives changed completely. We lost our house. We lost a lot of stuff. So we've been really rebuilding and trying. Well, after being out of work in any kind of workforce, any kind of job for so long, it's so hard to get back in with anything. So he worked 50 to 60 hours a week just trying to provide for us. I work part-time. I want to provide better for my kids. I want to know that when it comes time for school dues to be paid, they're paid and there's no worries. When they need school clothes, there's no worries. When football camps come, there's no worries. So right now, that's probably my biggest. I want to provide for them, but I also would love to have my husband home more. I would love for him to not have to work so hard and to enjoy our family.
Mm-hmm. That was one thing that was loud and clear. Now, we were among all the top achievers, so they're earning quite a bit of money now. So many couples are retired from their corporate jobs now, working together. And that, to me, speaks volume. This company, over the last two that I worked with, is so family-oriented. They want you to be together. They want you to be with your spouses. They want your children to be part of it. They welcome. People brought their kids to Hawaii. Now, I had to buy my own airline tickets, and it was way too expensive for me to bring my kids. But if I could have afforded it, I would have. If it was a cheaper flight, I would have. They want you to be with your family and have that time together. And that, again, is priceless to me. Yeah. Awesome. Anyone else want to share? You have to if you don't want to.
When I got into this industry, it was all for lifestyle. I worked full-time as a teacher, and then I got my master's degree, and then as a high school guidance counselor, I was like, this sucks. This whole 8 to just like grind, which I still work. But I don't mind working. I hated people telling me when I had to work, and that these action items are what you need that we want to do. When I had different ideas and bureaucracy, all of those things, I was out. I just didn't like it. I was like, this is it. I was at 26 and was like, this is it. This is my life. I hate my job, but this is not inspiring to me. And I don't like feeling so trapped, So I got into a different industry or a different company first. And I did work my way to that, but now it's like dream bigger, Lori. You have that. And in my previous company, there wasn't a lot of room. It didn't pay like Isagenix does. And now I really have to work hard. I mean, I have dreams. I really do want to bring my husband home, and we really could. I have to convince him that I need him to do something. I feel like he needs to participate if I'm going to retire him and have him come home. It's not like you just come home. So I have to kind of, if that will grows in him.
Yeah.
Although Lisa doesn't care if Bob doesn't, but I really envy, and it may not ever happen for me, but I envy those couples up there.
Well, and often it's not until, if it's since we're all female here, I'll speak to the females. If it's us doing the business, often they can't help us until we're financially making enough money that they feel they can help us. Like Scott was completely clueless. I brought him to Top Achievers in Hilton Head last year, and he cannot believe how much more he knew this year because now he's engaged. But I mean, I was in direct sales doing home parties for 20 years before he started to get interested in this. And then once he saw my income really get substantial here, and it really wasn't until I started out earning him that he started to really physically help me.
That was my goal in the other company, but it wasn't attainable.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, it is here.
Here, I did it in a year. That is crazy, isn't that?
It is.
It isn't of me either. It's the plan. All you have to do is work. I always tell people I'm doing the exact same thing in essence as I was doing over there, as far as effort and all of those things. It's just
you get paid more. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's unbelievable.
I don't know that my husband will ever really be able to totally retire. He owns his own business, but literally we're talking a small company that he literally has done every part. Like he's in construction. He does the bidding, the estimating. I just started helping him 2 years ago with payables, receivables, and what I do is so minimal in comparison to the fact that he does all that and he goes out and works 12-hour days. So then he comes home and works another 6 hours to get everything caught up for the next day so that he can leave again. So that's what I want to stop. I want him to not literally be killing himself.
He can hire employees. You can free him up and he can hire employees. So my point in all of this is, and I know a lot of people will be watching the video. We don't have a huge turnout today. So a lot of people will be watching the video, and then Sue has her call on Wednesday night. My point is, when it gets tough, when you're feeling inconsistent, when you're feeling in a funk, when you're feeling like things need to change, your mindset needs to change, you've got to go back to the why. And if your why isn't strong enough, then change it. You can change it. If your why, originally my why was I wanted to make $500 a month. And then I changed it, and I've changed it again and again and again. You can always change it. You can change it today and make it stronger. Make it something that is so strong that it will force you into action. So when you're not feeling like picking up the phone, when you're not feeling like Facebook messaging one more person or inviting one more person to a launch party or whatever it is, it's going to force you into action because your why is that big. And what we're going to want you to do, because you're all leaders and you're shooting for executive, and this will help you get there, is we want you to wrap on to whatever we put out. Hopefully by the end of this week, we'll roll it out. If not Sunday, Monday, we'll roll it out about this 5-cycle bonus, and get your teams excited about this. Get your teams doing that, because that will help you also. So wrap your brain around that too. Help us promote that. Help us get the excitement around that. We heard rumblings of a seasonal shake possibly coming out. They did not announce it at Top Achievers. I wish I had something that I could tell you for sure. I've just heard rumblings about it from the corporate world. So hopefully we'll have that coming up, and you just know what you need to be doing to get to executive. You have to be enrolling new people, and you have to be creating consultants. So that may mean some 3-way phone calls. Get your upline involved and get some 3-way phone calls going. Launch parties. We know that if you have a successful launch party where you have people bringing guests, that can be instant consultants that night. Have people bring guests to your launch parties. Do virtual launch parties. Share the videos that we've done, that we already have out there for you. I did one just, I think, last week or the week before. Share it. Just put a disclaimer in that the incentive for free enrollment is gone unless you want to offer it yourself. So there's so many tools available for you guys that this can totally happen for you. You have till July. So you just need to get yourself to the point where you're 100% committed every day. Every day. If you feel it waver at all, think about your why. Think about your why. Have your
You're
why.
cutting out.
Am I? It's saying unstable. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're cutting out. Sort of.
Okay. I better finish while I'm ahead. Have your visuals out. Have your Crystal executive sheet. Like, you should see my desk. Right behind my computer, I have the Top Achievers new sheet for Banff, Canada. It's already up there. I always have my next promotion goal already up. So it's all there. So when every day I'm sitting at my desk, I see my why, my vision board. Every day I know why I am doing what I'm doing. Does that help you guys at all?
Yeah, I have one suggestion that has worked well for me.
Please.
Consultants. Because it was always like, people are individually, great, would you like to help me get, help you get your products paid for? Sometimes people respond to that, sometimes they don't. It's like we need this magic wording. What I found is I've created groups of people who are interested in learning how to get their products paid for, or getting like a training. And I extend it to everyone on my team. So you can help your other people become managers, and you can help everyone promote consultants, and in essence, everyone that's interested get their products paid for. And when more people start saying, yes, I'm in, yes, I'm in, yes, I'm in, you generate, excitement, and more people feel more comfortable doing it because so many other people are doing it. It's not just Lori. It's not just Lori out there getting her, doing that. It's not just Lori and those 3 people she enrolled, that are rock stars that are going out there and sharing. These are all a whole bunch of new people. I had a gal that's on day 6 in my downline say, yes, I feel amazing. So I think that for me, and I remember asking Lisa, she said, even though I do a weekly team call, the newbies don't always join that, even though they're invited. Something smaller and more concise on step 1, this is what you need to do. Step 2, you need to do this. And really getting them as a group to trust each other and become more transparent. And the first step that I have them do is share what's changed in their life and express the gratitude in their heart for Isagenix, and just to remind themselves what life used to be like. And then they all share that, and it's really powerful. And then I have everyone look back and say, wow, do you think Isagenix can help people? Because all they know is their story. Mm-hmm. Instead of, now we've got 20 other people saying, oh my gosh, I had this and this and this and this and this. Life has changed for me. Instead of just saying more energy, I ask them to give their story and be a little more transparent. And I give mine first too. You got to do the do. So that is really, I'm amazed how many more people we have actually doing something that would not have done anything.
That's great. That's great. Well, does anyone have any questions? Anything specific we can help you with? Yeah.
I have a question. When you have somebody who is sharing, and this person in particular has become a manager because she's helping others share, but she's not coaching. She's wanting to defer a lot of that back to me, and she's saying, oh, I'm so busy with my job, I'm so busy with this. And what I'm finding is that she's not retaining her associates after their first 30 days because she's not adequately coaching them, even though we've talked about the importance of coaching and the steps for coaching. And I coached her the way I coach everyone else, and always, talk about duplicating that. You coach your new associates the way that you were coached, and you check in that way. So what I see are all of these. So this gal does sales in her real life, like in her full-time job. So she can sell. And she said this. She's like, I can sell, no problem. She's like, but honestly, I don't have time to coach them. So she's like, I'm just going to continue enrolling and hope that they have a good experience. And it's killing me because I know how important coaching is. And then I see her retention. I see they come on for 30 days and they go. 30 days, they go. Obviously, I've talked with my coach about how to handle this because there's such a huge part of me that wants to just coach them, that wants to just take them under my wing and coach them. But I realized that I can't do that for all of my associates who become managers. I can't do that because I'm coaching my own. So I don't even, maybe I just want some reinforcement that that's the right thing to do because all I see are these leads. I see these prospects coming and going and having a bad experience.
Lori, do you have anything you want to add before I do?
I have people like that on my team. And I think as long as you continue saying, like, I guess this is what I would say when she says, I don't have time to coach them. Just say, well, you know, it's kind of the sandwich thing. You are doing a great job, you know, at getting people in. I'm so excited for all the new people you're bringing to Isagenix. That has to be really exciting. Retention is a huge part of it, which comes from coaching. I'm hearing you say, whatever she says, you know, you don't have time to do that. They will, you know, the reality is not many are going to stick around most likely if we don't coach them. And then as I thought about this, I don't want to lose those people. And we were always taught to dig deep into leg. Eric Worre says deep. So if you've got a rock star 4 legs down, or for you, even just 2, they have a ton of potential. This person, even though she can sell, may never do anything. But if this person down here does because you reached out to them.
And that's what I've been doing.
That will totally explode your leg. Now, do you want to do that for everyone? No. But hopefully most of your leaders who start enrolling like that are open to coaching their team. But the ones that are resistant, I guess I would tell them, it's important to me that these people are coached. So until you're ready to do that, I'm going to help. I'm going to do it. And I would reach out to them right when they enroll. Yeah. If you're ready to, you know, coach them, let me know and I'll show you the steps. That would be ideal, but we certainly don't want to lose them.
Yep.
She's flat out told me that she would just prefer I coach them. So my concern is that I will just end up coaching all of her associates forever, you know, and just.
So my question to you is, you know, first of all, like Lori said, not everyone's going to do this. Okay. So, you know, chances are out of 10 people that are enrolling people, maybe one, maybe not even one will not coach their people. Most of us know that's part of it. So when you get someone like this, are her people helping you grow your business?
Of course. Yes, of course.
So it doesn't, even though it will take a little more time for you, I would absolutely coach them. I kind of wanted to see what Lori was going to say. I didn't think it'd be much different from me, but I would totally say, okay, if you're not able to coach them, they need coaching. Give me their information. Let me work with them until, like Lori said, until you're ready to do this, because I don't want to lose them. I know that without proper coaching, we'll probably lose them. I don't want to see that happen. You've spent time working with them, getting them enrolled. I'd like to see you earning the benefits of this. And then you're going to hope that the more she grows and the more action she sees, she'll come around. Try to get her to an event if you can. Try to get her to something so the light will come on. I've had people that say they don't want to do anything, turn around. And I always take the time and make the effort to work with people. I don't care if they're not even in my 4 PET. They could be in my 16th PET. And if they need help, I'm going to help them because I know it's going to help others and rise others up. So I would try to just, you know, change your mindset around that just a tad bit. It's not like you're doing all her work and she's going to get paid for it and you're not.
Well, right. And I feel like I've been doing that to a point. It just got like by the 3rd time, she was just sort of like, yeah, I don't have time for that. I want you to do it. It was just sort of putting a sour taste in my mouth because I felt like she wasn't acknowledging that it's important. Like there's a reason that we coach. So I appreciate that feedback and I will reach down and continue to reach down. So
I totally get the frustration too.
Yeah.
I've felt that before when I have downline coming to me. I'm like, where is she? You know, you do get the feelings, even to people who are kind and whatever. Good people cannot be ready to bleed, you know, and support. And I've had this happen sour already with people I didn't realize weren't coaching their people because it seemed like they told me they were.
Right.
Not even responding to messages that they were sending them. And then they quit and want to sign up with me. And they can't do that. And I'm not going to do that. But I tell them I'll still support them no matter who they're under. I just need to know. It's hard to keep track sometimes.
Right.
So I'm sure these people are all in HHP too, right?
Right.
That itself is huge. I mean, people. I love that. And then I would be as duplicatable as you possibly can, especially with your time with that many people. Like the orientation video to me saves me 1,000 hours.
Right.
Pinned to the top. Make sure I double check 2, 3, twice. Did you watch it? Because I can tell right when I talk to them.
Right.
You know, so I need them to do that for my sake, unless they want a phone call for me to walk through all of that stuff with them.
Okay.
And then you can answer additional questions. But I tell everyone that I enroll, and then this person, this is your homework before your box arrives. I'll never make you do anything except watch this video.
Okay.
And at the point they enroll, they're like sponges. Okay, they'll do like
Right.
anything. If you wait a month, they're kind of like.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. Thank you guys. Sorry to monopolize.
No. And then one more thing I wanted to say, just be sure as you're coaching these people that they know going forward as they enroll people, you'll help them learn how to coach their own people. So you can kind of break the chain and know that she may come around and she may never come around, and it's all good. It's all good. That won't happen too often. I mean, it's happened to me, but not, I mean, most often people want to coach their clients. They want retention. They want to grow. So.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Anything else before we end today's call? I'm just glad I'm wide-eyed and bushy-tailed for you.
No kidding. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm going to crash and burn tonight. I'm sure I'm taking hot yoga tonight, so I'll probably fall asleep in Shavasana.
Not that I feel sorry for you at all.
Oh.
Right?
Any other questions? All right, guys. Well, great call. Thank you guys for being here, being on. Thank you for helping out, Lori, for sure. And then I will record this. And if you guys come up with any questions throughout the week, certainly, shout out, let us know. We're here to help you. And then look for what we're going to be putting out later this week on the 5-cycle bonus thing, and get that out to your team. That'll help you and get you guys excited too. And let us know what we can do to help you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome.
Just a quick question before not for everyone else. Everyone
Okay.
else.
Okay. I'll stay on.
Yeah, I just have a question.
Do you want me to hit stop record?
Yeah.